If you guys can recognize the shirt I'm putting on right now, you are a real one. I'm pretty sure we only wore these shirts in one video ever. Maybe two, but I really can only remember one. These are such a special shirt to me that like I just never wore it. I didn't want to ruin it. I feel like I want to wear this a lot more. And also in this video, it represents like a huge chunk of where we were that period of time and kind of where we're going. Anyways, hi, I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to just take this chance to sit down and talk to you guys really quickly. I haven't had that opportunity in like a year. I legit stopped posting videos in April, but I kind of stopped in March. I just had some left that I posted into April. Then I came back at the beginning of February. So I'm gonna squash it and call it 1 year. Dude, that's a long time. It was a huge risk and it was like terrifying, and it was probably one of the best things I ever did. And that's kind of what I want to share with you guys and just give you guys a really quick update, because a year's a long time, all right? A lot has changed, yet somehow everything is still kind of the same. And what I'm about to tell you is something that when people used to tell it to me and I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm gonna tell you and you're gonna be like, okay, that's so lame and that's so easy. But until it happens to you in like an impactful, meaningful way, it almost doesn't register the same. And out of this whole year, what I can come back and tell you guys is that you make your own happiness. And see, you're like, oh, duh, yeah, I know. But do you? Because I knew that, yet somehow it took a whole year of not doing what makes me happy to realize what was happening. And I think a lot of us just get caught up in the easy, what day to day, you know, like what do we got to do? And I'm actually extremely thankful that I got a job during this time, and I put myself in like a position that probably 99% of you guys are in, probably 99% of everybody's in. You're just doing like the same kind of mundane day to day. It just is. You're just kind of coasting. There was an example I saw where it's like a heartbeat monitor. And I personally was trying to avoid such lows. I was like, oh my God, dude, YouTube is amazing, but there's always these really big lows. It spikes high all the time. Yeah, it's amazing, but there's such lows. I wanted to kind of get that heart rate monitor somewhere in the middle, somewhere a little bit more flat and, you know, comfortable, which is where most people end up. Think of a heart rate monitor. Once you get to the flat line, you're dead. While I may have just butchered explaining that to you, life is nothing without the highs and lows. Dude, trying to avoid those made life very boring. It was not just, it didn't hit, it just wasn't it. It was just not it. It just wasn't it, dude. That's it. That's all I can say. It wasn't it. It wasn't it. Everybody that's stuck in this comfortable state, that's just it. You're stuck there and you think that's it. And like a little inconvenience is really inconvenience, and a small win's a big win because you're used to going flat. And so at first, YouTube made me extremely happy. Like it was a huge up. It was all brand new. Everything was like, it was the first time everything was happening. And then over time, obviously you get used to how things are going, and it's kind of harder to hit that initial spike, just like anything. And so like I would move houses, I would get a new warehouse, I would buy new cars, I would try to hire people, I would do all kinds of stuff. And I'm really good at manifesting things. So like anything I wanted, I could make it happen. And instead of just enjoying the process and slowly going through it and like building it and loving it, I was trying to get it all done right away. Just always leveling up to no end. And I think that's what burnt me out, was I was expecting the next thing, like, okay, this car made me this happy, but it wasn't the best, but like we're gonna buy this one and like hopefully that really makes my life better. And what I wasn't realizing is that no matter what car I build next, or no matter what I do to it, my life's not gonna get any better. My life is what my life is. Me right now, there could be 12 cars outside the door, there could be 0. I'm the same me regardless of how many cars are outside the doors. Obviously the ones inside could be gone too, but you get the point. Realization that what you're doing, the next step of it isn't what's gonna make you happy, and that took a lot for me to realize. I don't regret where I am right now. I think where I am right now is perfect and it's all going exactly as it should be, but it's just like, I could have approached it differently if I wasn't looking for those things to make me happy. If I was just looking for those things to be like a good business move or whatever, right? So that's definitely something that I think a lot of people that do YouTube or a similar path probably notice, is the struggle for the next thing. I have to build a car. I have to buy another car other than the WRX. I have no choice. That's my job. But what I've done now is I've been able to separate that I have to do that for job, and that it's not gonna make me any happier than the cars I already have. And that's where the line gets drawn. Because at first it was all just fun and they were all my cars and I wanted them all, but I wasn't getting any happier. And then I was like, well, why am I doing this? When I say you make your own happiness, what I mean is everything is a choice. You choose everything. Even if you don't choose something that happens to you, if you get T-boned on your way home from work, you didn't choose that. That wasn't a choice. But how you react to that happening is a choice. Putting your values in different places determines what makes you happy, right? And so I've always done a really good job at not becoming attached to things. I'm not attached to like housing. Like if we were to move tomorrow, it doesn't really bother me, except cars. That was my attachment. I ended up becoming unhappy because my values and what I was aligning with what makes me happy wasn't healthy, really. Like, I was building cars for a living, dude. That's amazing. That's super fun. That's something that everybody wishes they could do. Well, car guys wish they could do. Everybody does not wish they could do that. And what that ends up leading to is just, it's like a non-appreciation for stuff. I climbed really quickly. From when we first got traction on YouTube to when I had a warehouse with like a lift and cars, that was like within 3 years, it might've been less. I got what I wanted and I got it fast. And what that showed me was that there is no happiness in that. The happiness and the fun comes from the journey. And that is something that most people don't, they get it, but they don't get it. Making happiness out of the situation you have is the key ingredient that I'm trying to get to. Everybody has shit thrown at them all the time. You're not special if your life is hard. Most people's lives are hard. Not everybody tells you about it. Most people are going through shit. It's life, dude. That's the way life is. It's just, like I said, your reaction to what's being thrown at you that really steers your happiness. Something else I think is really important, at least just for my audience to know, is that I really found the differentiation between what I want to do off camera and on camera. So you guys saw near the end, I was doing a lot of like going camping and making that into a video and doing weird stuff. I had always filmed my life and made it into content because what I was doing was just that. I never, when I like would get ATVs, I'm like, well, I film everything I do car related. Maybe I should film that. And I never really separated the two and gave myself my own time for stuff. So I built the Jeep and it's amazing, but you guys don't have to see me using it all the time for it to be an amazing car. I was just as happy at some job doing regular day, regular people stuff as I was doing YouTube. The same happiness, because I choose how happy I am. And so then I was like, well, what if I just try to be happier? And I changed my situation and I changed my mindset towards all these other things. And I started doing that and I became exponentially happier doing something I didn't give a shit about. And so then I'm like, well, I need to just kind of reframe my mindset towards YouTube and how I'm looking at all this stuff and come back with a healthier mindset. And I was under a lot of pressure from people saying, you know, like, come back with a bang and you gotta do something crazy and what, like, dude, no, I'm just back to be happy and healthy and having fun. Actually, one thing I want to start doing is building cars for fun. Buying a car, building it and just getting rid of it. Or building a car that like I normally wouldn't build, but isn't my dream car, or like that kind of stuff. Like just enjoying the process of what I get to do every day. I get to, and I told you guys that on my first video back, and I'm gonna tell you it now, that will make you so much happier. I get to. I didn't have to drive 3 hours to pick up this trunk and then have to drive and then have to drive and then have to drive. If you saw the last video, you saw the driving I had to do. I got to do that. That's my job. I get to, and that makes me happy. You could be like, I get to go to work and I don't have to worry about whose business this is or how much money this business makes this month or anything. Just get your paycheck and go home. And if that makes you happy, good. But that's the point. And again, during this time off, I was learning to make time for me. And coming forward, I'm learning to bring that into YouTube again, where I just don't work on the weekends. Or I don't work on whatever, you know what I mean? Like, maybe not the weekends because cars are a pain in the dick and you always gotta work on these things because they're always breaking, nothing's ever going as planned, parts take forever. It's a tough one. The point is, like, I'm trying to make time for me and balance my life out better, because you're the only one that can control how you talk to yourself. And telling yourself you get to do something is an amazing way to change your outlook and your view on what's actually going down in front of you. So where does that leave the channel and everything? But I just wanna appreciate the process. I wanna start buying cars that just like look cool on Marketplace and just do something with them and then get rid of them. I don't care, dude. Just have fun. Enjoying the process. That's literally what I want to do when I come back. And any car I do keep, I want it to be meaningful. And so I recorded this video for 25 minutes. I'm gonna try and edit this into something that makes sense. I hope I can do that. The most important thing in this video is you control how you talk to yourself. And I already knew that. And I already knew how, but I just wasn't doing it. I wasn't applying it. And it took me leaving and taking a whole year off of YouTube and getting rid of all that pressure and getting rid of all that stress and going through new experiences, new circumstances, getting a different job, doing all this stuff to realize that the only thing that stays the same through all this is me and how I'm talking to myself. My challenge for you guys today is just take anything you heard in this video and apply it to your life and just try. Just try. Tell yourself you get to. Just bears, dude. Everybody's got their own journey. Everybody's got their own timeline. Everything happens perfectly the way it's supposed to, usually. So embrace it, move forwards with it, stay committed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one where we will be maybe starting our new build. So thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out and stay committed.